Hey, Grace Church staff, hope you're doing well. I want to show you the new event registration form that you'll be able to use going forward. 95% of our staff will be using this form to create an event registration. There's a lot of automation that's put into it, so let me walk you through it so that you can know the best way to help us test this and get it ready for launch, for us to go live. So I'm currently logged in as Chris Rivers, as a staff member. Let me go ahead and go over to Christian Rivers and impersonate him so that you can see he has the same access that every staff member has access to. So looking at the left-hand navigation side, if you hover over this little calendar, you're going to see an event registration form, and then you're also going to see something called event templates. Let's talk about event templates first, and then we're going to talk about the event registration form. The templates are a place where we have started to curate a lot of the event registration questions, the type of events that you're going to be using on a regular basis. And so if you were to come to some of these folders, let's say you chose membership, you chose the discovery template, excuse me, this is going to show you the discovery template that will be used going forward on all event registrations. When you look at something like this, you'll see that there is a section right here called Registrant Forms. If you click that little drop-down list, that will actually show you the type of things that we're asking on the form questions. If we were to look a little bit farther below, you'll see these are all of the occurrences that use that event template. So you don't have access to edit these event templates, but you do have access to see what's being used. And that's really helpful when we get to the next place, which is the event registration form. So as you get ready to plan an event, come over here to the event templates section. You're going to want to choose the folder that best represents your area of ministry. And to validate if that discovery template is the one that you need, then that's the one that you're going to probably reference or maybe mention to us when we get ready to fill out the form. Okay, so the next area that we're going to talk about is the event registration form itself. So this form pops up after you have filled out a request to have that room location in eSpace, and you have gotten approved to have that room. This is where you're going to come to next. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to tell us what the name of the event is. You're going to provide a paragraph explaining the details of the event, what's happening, what will participants be doing, what can participants expect. If this is something like discovery that you do over and over and over again and you want our help, you don't need to put this in here every time. But I would say the first couple times that you do this, that is a new event that you haven't normally made, I would say do that as well. Who is the event registration owner? So in this case, Christian is submitting that event. He's going to put his name in here. When does the event start? Well, it starts, on, let's say the June 20th, and it's going to be at 6 p.m. Okay, so you can put that there. The next area would be called, is this event a campus-specific event or a central event? There are individuals on our staff that need to be notified of different events, when it's a central event and so forth. So you would want to choose which one that is. If you do choose campus specific, let us know which campus that is. Where will the event take place? This is a list of all of the current locations that are in our Grace Church database. And so you'd want to come and look at these here. What ministry is hosting this event? This is a list of all of the current ministries that we have. And then the next question is, what other information do we want to gather about registrants? So please spend some time thinking about this one. Once the registration has begun, additional information is difficult to gather. So examples here would be information about parents. We want to collect spouses or children who won't be individually registered. We want t-shirts. Anything that you can think of that would be really helpful that you add in this box, in this memo box. Now, the next area is going to have to do with money. So for the following questions regarding cost, these items will be paid for as part of the registration. So if you want to take money at the time of the event, please answer no. I do want to take money, then click yes if you want to take that. It is optional, but this is going to be able to help us know all of the information that's going to be part of this event. The next thing you're going to do is choose a fund. Right now, as we're testing, we'll just use use event registration, but there will be a list of all of our funds that are in a folder, and you'll be able to choose from that fund list. The next area is there a mandatory cost for someone to participate in this event? If it's $25, then you would put 25 there. And then what's the minimum initial payment? If you want people to be able to register to be able to pay at least 5, you could put 5 there. The next question is really important. Okay, this is, do you want to prohibit registrants from not having to pay to register? If so, we will add a note to the registration that says the following: we do not want this cost to prohibit you from attending. Choose the amount you want to pay below. So hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory, but in many cases with many ministries, we don't want to keep people from not being able to register because they don't have the funds. So we can add that piece there and give them the ability to do that. On what date and time will registration begin? If you're doing this today, then you can go ahead and put today's date and the time. And then what date and time will the registration end? Normally, I would say as a best practice, choose a couple of days after the event has happened. That way we can go back if we need to add a couple registrants in there and it doesn't close it out. Please enter any additional text which should be added to the confirmation email, which is sent immediately after the registration begins. Now, this is going to be copied and pasted and is going to accompany the information about any payments made. So there's already a standard that comes out of the box with Rock. It's going to say the person's name. Hey, thank you. It's already really, really done well. If they've made a payment, it's going to say that. It's going to say all the things that we've created in this. This would be something extra like, hey, thank you so much. So technically, you don't really need to put anything in here, but if you did want something special, you could, of course. And I'm going to give you an example of this in a minute. Then the next area, please enter any additional text, which should be added to the reminder email that will be sent before the event. This will also be copy and pasted. So like if you have separate waivers or you need people to sign something or you need to include special information, you could add that here as well. Now, when should the reminder email be sent? We recommend a few days before the event. I like 7 days, but that's a good thing. You could put the date and time there. And then, do you need a group made for this event to take attendance? When we create your event registration, you're going to have a section in Rock that is the registration instance. It's what basically is going to house your event, but you're not able to take attendance in that section. So we advise that you create a group that's connected. So if you say yes here, then what we're going to do is we're going to actually connect a group to your event registration so that anybody that registers is going to automatically be put in that group. And then we're going to create some attendance for that specific group with reminders. If it's a one-time event, attendance will create all of that for you. But if it's multiple, like let's say it's 6 sessions, for instance, we would put all of that in there as well. The next area, if you choose yes, what's the group meeting schedule? You'll need to let us know. So if this is, going to start on the 25th and it's going to be every Wednesday thereafter for 6 sessions, just be as detailed as you can there. And then the last section, is there anything else we need to know? Limit the number of registrations, multiple cost changes, anything here that would be really helpful. Okay, so that's really quick. Once you click submit, you're going to get confirmation that you filled this out, and then our Rock team is going to work really fast to try to get your event created so that we can get it to COM, we can get it to you, and get you all the special links that you need to keep track of for your event. Now, let's do this. Let's use an example. I've gone ahead and created one already that I'm going to put together, and you'll kind of see this in this is the second part to this video. So in this case, Christian Rivers, am going to create a men's conference. So I'm going to put this Men's Conference 2020. That's going to be the name of the event. Please provide a paragraph explaining the details of the event. Okay, so in this event, we're going to be hosting a men's event for all campuses. We will spend all day, let me take some sentences out. We will spend all day focusing on 4 main topics. We will provide lunch and end the day around 4 p.m. Okay, so it's just basic. This helps us and it helps the rest of our team know kind of what's going on with your event. Who is the event registration owner? So I went and chose Christian Rivers. The way I did that is you start typing someone's name, you click their name, and then they will be there. Now you can't do a generic email. This is the owner of this event. This is going to be the person that owns this whole thing. So you want to go ahead and put that'll pull in their first name, their last name, their email, their cell phone number. All that event registration information will be really helpful. When does the event start? Well, this is going to be on July 25th. It's going to start at 6 a.m. Actually, let's go ahead and put 8 a.m. That's super early for a bunch of men to show up. Is this event a campus-specific event? It is a central event, and you can see that I chose central right here, okay? Where will the event take place? This is a list of all of those areas. This has been approved in eSpace, so I'm going to come hit the triangle for Pelham. I'm going to go hit this upside-down triangle for Student Center, and then I'm choosing the student worship area, and that will do that in that box. What ministry is hosting this event? This is a list of all the ministries. Of course, I chose men. And then what other information do we want to gather about the registrant? So I've spent some time thinking about this. These are the things that I want to add. And so I'm going to take this little scroll thing down at the bottom corner just so that you can see how I've done this. This is going to be really helpful for our team if you can follow a similar process. But I want to know the name. I want to know their email, their phone number. I want to know what season of life they're currently in. And I want them to choose from these answers: high school student, college, single parent, married with children, widower, and empty nest. So those are the things that I want chosen. Okay. Do you attend Grace Church? Yes or no? What campus do you attend? I want a drop-down list of those campuses and one that's NA. So if they don't attend our campus, I want them to be able to tell us that. If you don't attend Grace Church, but regularly attend a church, let's put that a church. What church do you attend? I'd like for them to be a memo field so that they could write that out. How did you hear about this conference? I'd love for it to be a memo field. They can just answer openly there. Would you like to order a t-shirt featuring the new Men's Roundtable logo? Additional cost of $8. They would just select their t-shirt size. Want to volunteer? Get a shirt for free. Select your t-shirt size. So if they select that, they won't have to pay for that extra t-shirt. Here, though, they would. So that's really helpful for me as the administrator of event stuff, because it'll help me be able to make that form for you. And then we have men who have provided additional money to pay for other men to attend. We do not want finances to keep you from attending. If the cost of this event conference will prevent you from attending, please register at no cost by choosing the item here. So we're going to work that into the event registration so that it's not an issue for them to pay. Okay, so that would be an example of how you could do that for us. Now, the next area is regarding cost. I talked about this a little while ago. So will money be collected? Yes, money will be collected. Please tell us the fund that you're going to be using. Right now, I'm just going to use this one event registration. Maybe by the time that you're watching this video or you've had some time to play around with this, you're going to see all the funds that are available, and you should know your fund name and so forth. Is there a mandatory cost? $20. What is the minimum initial payment? $0. I'm not going to make there be initial payment. Now, this is really important because this will work with my payment of $20. Do you want to prohibit registrants from not having to pay to register? I put yes. I do want to prohibit. I want this little section to be on the form. We do not want this cost to prohibit you from attending. Choose the amount you want to pay below. So we'll do that in the event itself. And then next, on what date and time will registration begin? I chose yesterday. I always like to put the day a couple days ago. I'll do yesterday at 6 a.m. And then on what date and time will this event end? The event is on the 25th. I'm going to let's just go ahead and put the 31st at 1 a.m. We'll do that. Okay, now here's the next section. This is what I want in my confirmation email. So I'm just going to drop this down a little bit. You can see it, but this is some additional information that'll be copy and pasted. Hey, thanks for registering for the upcoming conference. I am personally looking forward to this time to connect with other men across all campuses. My hope is that God would use this conference to motivate, encourage, and create momentum for men to move towards Christ and his church. If you have any questions, let's just do this. If you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks, Chris Rivers. This is what I want in there. Okay, so we'll put that in there as well. Please enter any additional text which should be added to the reminder email, which will be sent before this event. So this will be, the men's conference is just a couple days away. Excited to see you, blah, blah, blah. There's some information. All right. When should the reminder email be sent? Well, the event's happening on the 25th. I want it to go out on the 15th, a little bit of time away. At 4 p.m., I want it to go out. Do you need a group made for this event to take attendance? Yes, I do. I want to track attendance for everybody that comes. If you choose yes, what is the group meeting schedule? We're meeting one time on July 25th. And then the last thing, is there anything else we need to know for the event registration team? No, that's it. So I am done with this event registration form. I pretty much filled it out to the best of my ability. I'm going to click submit. And what's going to happen now is a bunch of people are going to be notified. There's a central team that's notified. There's a Rock event registration team that's notified. And then what you'll notice on your dashboard underneath your workflows, there is going to be a requested men's conference. So this men's conference 2020 is going to be on your page, and it'll have kind of like an overview of what's going on with this event registration. So you can always go to your workflows and you can see where the process is. But for now, our team has some work to do for this one. And in the next section of this video, we'll talk about all of the different processes that have been taking place and what Christian Rivers is going to get after this event has been created. Okay, so I'll see you at the next video, and I hope you have a great